Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video we are going to be doing 5 different looks with the new Retro Glam palette from Natasha Denona. I already did a video reviewing this one, so if you want to see my first impressions and 2 additional looks with this palette, please check out the review video. In today's video we are going to be doing 5 looks which I've just filmed back to back and I am exhausted. Anyways, I think I came out with looks that are very different from one another, and that's one of the things I like about this palette, is that it has a beautiful glamorous color story that has quite a bit of muted colors in there, and that it offers a lot of variety. So I really loved every single look I created today. I can tell you that right away, but as you watch, please let me know down in the comment section which look was your favorite. At the end of the video I'll tell you which one was mine, although I did them already and I don't know right now. Anyways, we do have 5 looks to get into. If you like today's video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up, and if you like multiple looks, one palettes videos, and you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, this is the channel to subscribe to, because I do these videos with all of the most popular palettes on the market. So please subscribe before you leave. If you're interested in anything I'm mentioning in today's video, everything is going to be listed and linked down below in the description box. So if there's anything you want to shop for, please check out the description box for that. And let's just go ahead and get started. For look number 1, I'm starting with a REPHR number 15 brush and the color Lucy. I have eyeshadow primer on and my eyebrows on, but no makeup on my face yet. And I'm just going to run Lucy all throughout the crease of my eye. This seems to be a really light transition-y type color. It has a nice taupey feel to it. Now with the color Fave, which is a darker taupey shade, I'm going to intensify the crease. So on the outer corner and all throughout the crease of my eye, also a bit on the inner corner. Just creating a really nice taupey base for the shades to come. Still using my REPHR number 15. And I decided to fill in the center of the eyelid too, because why not? So we have a nice taupey smoky eye going. I have the shade Jazzy on a REPHR number 21. This is the darkest shade in this palette, I believe, and it is a shimmer shade. And I'm just going to add it to the outer third of my eyelid back here, just to build a little bit more intensity. And back with my REPHR number 15, nothing added, blend the edge. Same REPHR number 21, switching to the color Maxi, and I'm going to add Maxi to the center of my eyelid, just tapping it. Since the palette mainly has peachy, sagey, minty shades, I decided to do a look that we wouldn't think of when we see this palette, with all taupey colors. I have a clean blending brush. This is a REPHR number 14. Very thin blending brush, and I'm just going to blend my edges here. REPHR number 28 and the color Oscar, which is a lighter taupey champagne type of a shade, I'm going to call it, and I'm going to do the inner third of my eyelid with it. Since this eye looks a little bit on the plain side, I'm going to do a wing with it, so I'm just going to use my Kaja wing stamp and press it right here, and then just fill it in halfway. To fill it in, I use my Natasha Denona liquid eyeliner. This is a perfect smoky look for every day. I'm going to do my face makeup and I'll be right back to finish it up. Back with makeup on, and for my waterline I'm going to have an eyeliner that kind of matches this look. This one is number 14 from Odin's Eye. And I'm just going to glide it all throughout my waterline and in between my lower lashes a bit. With a REPHR number 3 in the color Jazzy, I'm going to go back and forth underneath my lower lash line to smoke things out. And with a REPHR number 13, I'm grabbing the color Lucy, and I'm going to diffuse any edges down there. And last but certainly not least, with the color Flutter on a REPHR number 28, let's do the innermost corner of the eye. Nice and sparkly in here. Alright, so before I put on any mascara or lashes, this right here is the final first look with this Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. Back with just mascara on, just to show you what this looks like without any false lashes, in case this is the way you prefer to wear it. So take a look right here. Now, I do love me some falsies when I want things to look very, very glamorous. So this is look number 1 with falsies on. These are the velour falsies in Serendipity, and I'll be wearing these with every single look. These have been my absolute favorite lashes lately, and you can get them with a discount using code PATTY20 on the Velour website. Anyways, this right here is the finished first look. Let's move on to look number 2. Let's go ahead and start the second look with something fun. So I'm going to use the color Holly on a REPHR number 27 all throughout the crease of my eye. This is a really nice big fluffy brush, and it's going to blend things with such ease and just blend everything. To intensify the crease with a REPHR number 1, I'm going to use the color Fave, which is the mid-tone taupe shade that we used on look number 1. And I'm only adding it to the outer third of my eyelid and slightly building it into the crease, doing little circles with my REPHR number 1 brush. To intensify things further, I grabbed the color Evergreen on a REPHR number 14 brush, and I'm going to build this shade up on the outer third of my eyelid, just back and forth with my fluffy REPHR number 14. And the REPHR number 14 is a very nice, precise brush, so it is perfect for this. Back with a little bit more Holly, I want to intensify the peach on the crease of the inner half of my eyelid. Right here, just back and forth with my fluffy blending brush. For the center of the eye, I'm going to use the color Oz, which is a really beautiful olive shimmer green. Right here in the center, blending it into my outer corner color. And with my REPHR number 21 in a concealer shade, I'm going to cut the inner half of my crease right here, just up to the center, and blend that down a bit, blending it in just like this. With my same REPHR number 21, I grabbed the color Palladian, and I'm going to add it right over the concealer. I switched to a different brush because I hadn't cleaned my REPHR number 21 properly, and so it was still coming out concealer, but now I have the minty shade Palladian on a REPHR number 28, and I'm just pressing it over the concealer all the way to my inner corner. And with my same REPHR number 28 and a bit of the color Marlin, I'm going to make the two shades meet. So the Marlin shade is kind of a perfect transition between Palladian and Oz, right in the middle. And so this right here is look number 2 so far. I'm going to put on some foundation and whatnot, and I'll be back to finish it up. Back with makeup on, and with the REPHR number 3 brush, I'm going to smoke the shade Evergreen on the outer third of my under eye area, connecting it with the top back here. And with a REPHR number 13 brush and the color Sage, I'm going to smoke that out. And I'm going to take it all the way to the tear duct area down here. Just back and forth blending. With a REPHR number 3 and the color Palladian, I'm going to do the inner half of my under eye close to the lash line here. Sort of to mimic what we did on top. In my waterline, I'm using the Glossier number 1 eye pencil in Patina. And for my inner corner, a little bit of the shade Flutter, just tapping it in place. Alright, so take a look before any mascara or lashes. This right here is the finished second look with this retro glam palette from Natasha Denona, and I don't know about you, but I am loving it. So let me be right back with some mascara on to show you the final result. And I'm back with just some mascara on in case you want to skip the falsies. This is what you'll be looking at. Looks really, really beautiful. I just love these shades. Back with falsies on, this is what things are looking like. I absolutely love look number 2 with the falsies because I feel like they just make everything so much more glamorous. I'm obsessed with the way this came out. Let's just go ahead and move on to look number 3. Let's begin the third look with the color Holly all over the crease of my eye. I'm using a REPHR number 27 to blend it. And I'm just going to blend with my big fluffy brush until I'm happy with the color's opacity. To deepen things up, I'm going in with the color Belle on a REPHR number 1 brush, and I'm just going to tap it on the outer third of my eyelid and build it into my crease shade ever so slightly. A little bit more Belle right back here, just tapping it to intensify. And now I'm going to use the color Flare on a REPHR number 28 and go over the edge of my matte shades. That looks really pretty. I'm going to try and use all of the warm shades in this look. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit of fallout. I'm not necessarily being super careful because I'm going to have to fix my under eye anyways. But just know that these do have a little bit of fallout, so I would recommend doing your eyes before the rest of your makeup. That looks lovely. I'm just gonna take it all the way in. Flare is such a beautiful color. I love that it has silver sparkles mixed in with the beautiful peachy metallic shades. I'm cleaning up right underneath my eye now. And this right here is the top of look number 3. Let me just put on some makeup and I'll be right back to finish it up. Back with makeup on, and in the center of the top of my eye, I want to add a bit of the color Flutter. And I'm just going to very lightly press it with my finger because all I want is just a bit more sparkle in the center. I don't actually want to change that peachy shade at all. So I'm just tapping a little bit of Flutter over it. As eyeliner for my waterline, I'm going to use the Natasha Denona lip liner in the color Daphne because I think it is so perfect for these shades. So I'm just going to line my waterline with it. You see how good that matches? I love it. On a REPHR number 13 brush with the color Holly, I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line. Just back and forth, making everything look seamless down here. And now I'm going to intensify everything with the color Flare on a REPHR number 3, right underneath my lower lash line. Just like this. Lastly, I'm going to lighten my inner corner up with the shade Flutter on a REPHR number 28 and just bring it in ever so slightly. I definitely wanted to do a look using just the warm shades in this palette, but I honest to God did not think it was going to come out this beautiful. This is very, very simple, I know, but I just love the way it looks. And anyways, here is what it looks like with just mascara on before I put on some lashes. And once the lashes are on, this right here is the final look number 3. I love this peachy look with lots of little sparkles. Let's go ahead and move on to look number 4. I'm going to start the 4th look with the shade Fringe. And I'm using a REPHR number 15 brush to blend it out on the crease. I think I'm going to go from a sparkly peachy look to an all matte green look. Let's see how that goes. Maybe not all matte, we'll see. A bit more fringe. I want it to look really nice and intense right here. And just blending my upper edge back and forth. Alright, switching to the color Sage on a REPHR number 1, and I'm going to go a little bit lower with this one. Blending it into the color Fringe all throughout my eye. And adding it to my eyelid. I think I'm going to go all across with it. And then with a REPHR number 2, I'm going to grab the color Evergreen, which is a cream to powder shade. And I'm going to tap it all throughout my eyelid to set all of these green colors in place. And this is a bit of a darker color, not too dark, but it's going to intensify the eyelid shade a little bit. So just adding Evergreen to my eyelid, tap, tap, tapping it. Let me just go ahead and clean right under my eye here. This is kind of the top of look number 4, but we're going to add something else after putting makeup on. Let me just be right back. Back with makeup on, and I have the color Palladian on a REPHR number 28, and I'm just going to tap it right on the inner corner of the eye, and I'm going to bring it in kind of 1/3 of the way into my eyelid. This is what I meant by this look wasn't going to be all the way matte, just mostly matte. But color Palladian on the inner corner and blend it in. For my waterline, I'm going to use Patina from Glossier because this is just the perfect eyeliner to go with the greens in this palette. It is just perfection for this eyeshadow palette. So with the color Evergreen on a REPHR number 3 brush, I'm going to smoke out my lower lash line all the way to the tear duct area. That looks amazing. I'm loving it. And with a REPHR number 13 and the color Fringe, I'm going to smoke it all out. Woo! This looks prettier than I expected as well. Alright, all done with the 4th look. I love this sagey green vibe. Let me show you what it looks like with mascara on. I retouched my mascara and added some to my lower lash line. And so this right here is look number 4 before lashes. I'm loving it. And now with the lashes on, this right here is my final 4th look. I love that this is nice and colorful but totally wearable and muted at the same time. That's the thing with this palette. It makes colors very wearable, very everyday because they're not that vibrant, so I love it. Anyways, this right here is the final fourth look, and let's move on to look number 5. I decided to start the 5th look with eyeliner in my waterline already, so I went ahead and used my Glossier eyeliner I've been using throughout the video down there. And the first color I'm going to use on my REPHR number 15 brush is the color Lucy, which I'm going to use as my transition shade. So I'm just going to back and forth blend this color all throughout my crease and just build it up ever so slightly with my big fluffy brush. I'm actually really excited about look number 5. Switching to my REPHR number 1 brush, I grabbed the color Sage and I'm going to stamp it on the outer third of my eyelid and up into the crease. Stamp, stamp, stamp it, but concentrating only on the outer third of my eye look. I'm not bringing this shade all the way in, just back here. And I'm going to grab some more of the color Sage with the same REPHR number 1 brush, and I'm doing the same thing on the inner third of my eyelid, leaving the space in the middle fully blank. Then with my REPHR number 14 brush in the color Evergreen, I'm going to stamp over the outer and the inner third of my eyelid, not going into the crease anymore, just concentrating on the eyelid space. To darken things up a little further, I'm grabbing a teeny tiny bit of the color Marlin on a REPHR number 2, and I'm tapping it right over the edge of my matte shade, still leaving a space in the middle right here. And then with my finger, I'm grabbing the color Flutter and I'm going to stamp it right in the center of my eyelid, adding a bit more as needed until it looks opaque right there in the center, and bringing it up into the crease just ever so slightly right there. Alright, are you loving this? Because I am loving this. This so far is the top of look number 5. Let me put on some makeup and I'll be right back to finish it up. Back with my makeup on, and with a REPHR number 3 brush in the color Evergreen, I'm going to go right underneath my lower lash line on the outer and the inner third of my under eye. With a different pencil brush, this is a REPHR number 23 and the glittery shade, I'm going to go right underneath the center of my eye, a little bit more flutter down here. And with my REPHR number 13 and a bit more of the shade Lucy, I'm smoking everything out. Lastly, with a bit more flutter, I'm going to finish up my look by adding it right in the inner corner of the eye. Alright, I'm just touching up my mascara. And with mascara on, this is the finished 5th look. I'm obsessed. I love a halo eye and I think this one came out so pretty. Let me show you what it looks like with some lashes. I've done all of these looks back to back and I really don't want to put lashes back on, but here we go again. Lashes on, and this lovely thing right here is the finished 5th look with this Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. I absolutely loved every single look I created today. I feel like I made them diverse enough. So hopefully you find some looks you'd like to recreate. I can actually show you both eyes with this one. I'm back to tell you my favorite look, and I can't pick a favorite, so I'll give you my top 2. I loved looks 2 and 5. Those were my top 2 favorite ones. I just really love the way this halo eye came out, and look number 2 had all of the color combinations in there, plus the definition of the cut crease, so I really loved that one as well. And then look number 3 was also a favorite, which was unexpected because it was just like all peachy, smoky eye, nothing over the top about it, but it looked really beautiful. So those are my top favorite looks. Please let me know down in the comment section which look was your favorite. I always love to know. If you guys liked today's video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please don't leave without subscribing. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye bye.